And what's up, YouTube? Jacob from G3 here with our third episode in our Get Better series. Today's episode is about knowing yourself and setting yourself up for success to have a good time when you sit down to play a game. So first off, what are your motives when you sit down to play a game? Maybe you're playing a certain game because of the action and the excitement that it brings you. Or maybe you're sitting down to play a multiplayer game with friends all over the world and you want to connect and share in a social experience. Or maybe you're playing a ranked game online to challenge yourself against other competitors in an online environment. Know yourself and know your motives when you first sit down for a session of gaming. So first off, your motives dictate your enjoyment of a game. Knowing what your motives are when you sit down for a gaming session helps you set up your own expectations for fun. If you sit down with a mood to play a certain type of game and then you play a totally different type of game and then you walk away from that game going, oh, that wasn't very much fun, that's not the problem with the game. That's you've got to recognize you aren't in a mood to play it right now. So we've got some helpful language and some helpful descriptions from the Magic the Gathering research and development team that wrote an article. It's linked down below. You can click on it and read it. I highly encourage you to read it. It's from 2013. And it's talking about whether or not you're a Jimmy, a Johnny, or a Timmy, a Johnny, or a Spike. So let's get into this. Are you a Timmy? Timmy is what the Magic R&D people call the power gamer. So Timmy likes to win big. He doesn't want to eke out a last-minute victory. Timmy wants to smash his opponents. So they like to use cards that are really impressive, that are really exciting, and enjoy playing, making the highlight play or the big creature play or the big spectacular play. Is that you? Are you a Timmy? Do you play games hoping to make some spectacular play or some highlight reel move? Or maybe you're a Johnny. Johnny likes a challenge, and Johnny enjoys winning with cards that no one else will want to use, with moves that no one else wants to use. You could almost say that Johnny is the hipster of gamers. He likes making decks that win in innovative ways. What sets Johnny apart from other profiles is that Johnny enjoys deck building or crafting, theory crafting, as much or more than actually playing the game. Johnny loves the cool interactions of the cards. He loves combo moves, combo decks. Johnny's happiest when he's exploring uncharted territory. Is that you? Do you ever find yourself at work or at school or in transit and you're thinking about a game and you're theory crafting, maybe that next playthrough of Civ, or maybe that next build in an RPG, or maybe that next D&D character, or maybe that next campaign, or maybe even just theory crafting the next game you want to play? Chances are you're probably a Johnny. Lastly, are you Spike? Spike is the competitive player. We've got a bunch of Spikes in G3. Spike plays to win. Spike enjoys winning. To accomplish this, Spike will play whatever the best deck is. So raise your hand if you net deck in Hearthstone, Gwent, or in Magic. Spike will copy decks off the internet. Spike will borrow other players' decks. To Spike, the thrill of Magic, or the game, is the adrenaline rush of competition. Spike enjoys the stimulation of outplaying the opponent and the glory of victory. So you've got to know yourself, and you've got to ask yourself, which are you when you sit down to play a game? Are you a Timmy, a Johnny, a Spike, some other mix? Sitting down and getting to know your own expectations and your own motivations when you sit down to play a game really helps smooth out what your goals are and even what your own experience and enjoyment level of a game is. If you're looking to play a competitive game, but you go and you play something that's cooperative, well, your competitive itch probably isn't going to be scratched. If you're looking to make a big highlight play and you want to share it with all of your friends in a community environment, but then you're playing something where you're having to grind out wins and there's just a meta that's overarching everything, chances are you're not going to have a good time. What are you? Leave us a comment down below. Are you a Timmy, a Johnny, a Spike, or some mix in between? Keep getting better, one day at a time.